Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share how to regrow, thicken, and strengthen your hair with scalp massages. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if you have aggressive male or female pattern baldness, scalp massages are not going to be a magical cure by any means. You'll need a more powerful treatment stack with DHT blockers if your hair loss is aggressive. For example, if you're losing hair quickly or at a young age. But massages are a perfect added treatment for anyone looking to boost their hair growth and get better results with their current treatment stack. There's no downsides to massages aside from the time and effort that you put into them. So if you have very slow hair loss, or if you want to improve your current hair care regimen, then massages are for you. All right, so in this video, I'm going to answer two main questions. Number one, why you should use massages and is there any proof they work? And number two, what are the best ways to do scalp massages to stop hair loss and boost hair growth? All right, number one, scalp massages obviously focus on the scalp, but why is the scalp so important? After all, we can take the healthy hair follicles from the back of the head and transplant them to the front of the head. So it must be the hair follicles that matters and not the scalp, right? Well, this is actually false. And we know this by looking at hair transplant patients who don't take finasteride. Those transplanted hairs actually start falling out. It might take 5 to 10 years, but the transplanted hairs do start miniaturizing and then falling out. In fact, at 4 years post-transplant, only 9% of patients will have retained all of their transplanted hairs. The rest will have experienced various degrees of thinning or hair loss. And that's for the patients who do take finasteride. Those patients who don't take finasteride will fare much worse. And this is all while the hairs from the back of the head, the so-called donor region, stays perfectly strong and healthy. So the scalp itself, or more precisely, the location on the head does matter. Absolutely. This is because the front, top, and crown part of the scalp, which are prone to balding, are subject to long-term chronic tension they receive from the surrounding muscles. The so-called safe donor areas on the side and back of the head are not subject to this tension and hence never go bald. We know this from an interesting study that modeled tension patterns across the scalp and found an almost perfect overlap between high tension areas with the Hamilton-Norwood scale of male pattern baldness. In other words, the more tension in the scalp, the faster the rate of balding. And this is no coincidence, as the chronic tension sets in motion a cascade of chronic microinflammation. This in turn contributes to the gradual replacement of healthy cells with excess connective tissue that eventually hardens and becomes microscopic scarring. This is also known as fibrosis. At that point, the hair follicle's natural environment has been irreversibly altered, making native regrowth next to impossible. Scalp massages help relieve this tension in the process while reducing the inflammation and breaking down the accumulated fibrosis. Scalp massages have been shown to work for around 70% of men with hair loss, which is pretty darn good considering it's a completely natural treatment with no side effects. Although it takes an average of 36 hours of massage to see results. But here's the tough part. Most people simply don't have the dedication to massage their scalp over that many hours for a consistent time frame. But I'll come back on how to fix that a little later. Other research suggests that not only men with hair loss, but even those with healthy hair can benefit from scalp massage. A groundbreaking piece of research published out of Japan in 2016 found that a few months of scalp massage were enough to increase the hair shaft diameter of their healthy volunteers by 8%. While this might not seem like a lot, it translates to an impressive 16% increase in hair shaft volume and hence massively improved scalp coverage. The researchers also found the likely reason behind this improvement, the mechanical stretching of the cells that change the activity of many of the hair follicle genes, particularly those that are responsible for regulating the hair growth cycle. So it's pretty clear, scalp massages can work with hair growth, though by itself it's not enough to turn the tide for men with aggressive male pattern baldness. Instead, massages should be used as an additional treatment. Okay, on to question 2. What are the best ways to do scalp massages? The most obvious way is to use your bare hands. There are 3 main parts to manual scalp massage, which are knuckling, pinching, and squeezing. Knuckling takes place on the side of the head and works to reduce muscular tension. Pinching is for specific areas along the hairline where you want to tackle fibrosis. And squeezing uses 2 hands together to push together a larger area of the scalp. We have covered all of these techniques in detail, so I'll link that video in the description. A quicker and easier substitute to manual scalp massage is to use a simple scalp brush. The soft bristles of the brush will gently promote circulation while simultaneously removing scalp buildup and allowing topical treatments to better penetrate the skin. If you haven't already done so, head over to hairguard.com to claim your free scalp brush today. The brush is great for brushing the scalp upwards and pushing into the dermis to help remodel the fibrotic tissue of the scalp. Lastly, there's a great option for people who get tired of using their hands, and that's the fully automated, hands-free Growband Pro. The specifically designed Growband sits around your scalp and gently massages the entire head with every inflation and deflation cycle. You can decide the settings of each cycle so you can choose how long it inflates for, how long to hold, and deflate, giving you a targeted scalp massage exactly how you want it. So you can sit back and let the Growband do all the hard work while you go about your daily routine. The Growband works in 3 distinct ways, which is via reducing muscular tension around the perimeter of the scalp, by pinching and squeezing at the top of the scalp at the end of every cycle, and through pressure-induced vasodilation, where circulation in the scalp increases from the gentle upward pressure. The Growband is gaining popularity as an effective way to boost healthy hair growth and get to the root of the cause of the hair loss. So, if scalp massages appeal to you, then the Growband is the easiest way to stick to this routine. It's literally the lazy way to do scalp massages. You get to get on with your daily activities while the Growband does all the work for you. Truth be told, scalp massages, they're not a precise treatment. And because they're free for anyone to do by themselves, it's unlikely we're ever going to see a large-scale study on how well they really do work. The hardest part by far, though, is sticking with them long enough to see the change in the scalp tissues over time. That's why the Growband has become such an important tool for those who want to stick with the treatment. It just simply makes it easier, simpler, and more convenient to do. The Growband is only available at hairguard.com, so click the link below and find out more today. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you have a comment, leave it below and I'll make sure to reply. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.